Hello everyone and welcome back. Our video essay for today, if you will, is about the concept of the commodification of everything. The commodification of everything. This is actually an old concept which was discussed in the seminal work of Karl Marx, Das Kapital. This video does not aim to espouse any particular political ideology. We are not that kind of content creation. But this concept echoes in modern times more than ever. Perhaps, as some modern thinkers would argue, much more than Marx himself would have foreseen. But first, we need to define what exactly Marx means by a commodity. A commodity is anything, whether tangible or intangible, whether a product or a service, which is exchanged for something else. Therefore, for example, if I have an heirloom jewel, but I do not and I have no intention of exchanging or trading it for something else, including money, of course, then it's not considered a commodity. However, for example, if you are a physician and you get professional fees out of your medical consultation, then your medical service is by definition a commodity. And your medical services are commodified because you exchange them for something else, i.e. the professional fees. More than ever, especially in the last few years, slowly and gradually, we have seen that almost anything, and in fact, Theodore Adorno, one of the more eminent modern sociologists of present times, would argue that everything you can see and you can imagine can now be commodified. In the past, of course, it started with content creation in social media channels like YouTube. Then TikTok, of course, also blew up. It came to a point when streams, which are essentially just conversations with one's audience, entertaining as they often are, have also become monetized. So the mere act of conversing, of talking with and to other people, has eventually also become commodified. And in recent years and in recent months, we have also come to see that even one's grief, even one's sadness, one's rage, one's discontent, have also become commodified. Just yesterday, I was watching she's a famous, her subscribers being in the millions, famous YouTube content creator who essentially discussed her breakup with her spouse, and needless to say, it was a rather emotionally charged video. And that very video is, of course, without a doubt, monetizable. It may or may not be the direct impression, but that content creator, if enough people come and view her grief-stricken content, can make money out of her own grief. She is, ergo, exchanging her own dismay with money. The commodification of grief. Last week, and mind you, I discovered that there are so many other content creators who have been doing the same thing. I watched a Northern American YouTuber who was essentially ranting. There were a lot of curse words, a lot of cussing, after he supposedly, of course, we don't really know if that's true, but the supposed context is he got laid off work, and basically it was a rant fest, and it was a curse fest. The whole video was essentially a rage display. And again, if enough people come and view said content, the rage itself becomes commodified. Ergo, the rage, even one's own rants, can be exchanged for money. And superficially, on one side, one can view it as a pro, as an advantage. You will hear all these content creators remarking how several decades ago, one could not imagine making a career out of uploading in YouTube, out of recording videos and becoming a content creator. The very term, the very notion, just a decade ago is very alien to the older generation, and now it's a career. You can literally make money, and mind you, huge money, by posting content. But on the flip side, and this is also the cautionary tale mentioned by modern thinkers such as Adorno, is that we have to exercise a certain discretion, a certain discrimination of what we want and are comfortable to be monetized, to be commodified. Because there will come a time when we might lose sovereignty, we might lose control over what we want and do not want to be commodified. The commodity, in other words, has already gained autonomy and sentience. It might come to a point where we do not want our own secrets, our own grief to be monetized, to be commodified, but the system has already evolved and become such a way that we have no other choice but to simply accept the commodification. Whether or not we want the money, and whether or not we want to exchange the good, the product, or even the emotion for something else. That is the theory of the commodification of everything. Thank you, and I'll see you again in our next video. Stay safe, everyone, and I wish you all the best.